Hey, it's Mike Duffy checking in from DontGetHacked.ca and MookBoentertainment.com. We are, I don't know, what are we, like 14, 16 hours from flying out. It's Sunday, January 14th, 2024, 11:47 p.m. It's still cold in Canada. So my daily rundown, what did I do today? Get 3 vehicles started. One worked, 2 trucks didn't start. So then I think I killed off a battery charger or 2 because it's still like minus 38 Celsius. It's it's a little cold. I don't know if this is the longest cold snap I've ever seen, but it's definitely kind of started Wednesday and now we're Sunday, and I think it might let up Monday. We'll see. I'm taking an Uber to the airport, so we'll see if I freeze because I'm not taking a winter jacket with me to the airport. So we'll see how the weather is tomorrow when we fly out. But yeah, a lot of energy spent getting because we're leaving. I wanted vehicles in certain locations, and I didn't leave them in certain locations when they actually started, and I had to jumpstart them and defrost car batteries. I don't know how you do that when you get an EV because your battery, no matter if you got a gas or diesel, I got gas and diesel vehicles. I just don't know how you're going to defrost a battery in an electric car unless you got that thing plugged in a heated garage. Anyway, it is what it is. I got the tools to get vehicles going in the winter. It just takes hours to charge lithium packs and defrost batteries and all that stuff. And I should have started last night, but everything was it was so cold last night. So cold last night. And I was doing other stuff like packing, and we're still packing. Last minute touches. What do we want to take and what do we need to pull out in order to get our bags under 50 pounds, right? So, what else? Sunday. That is spent time doing that, spent time with cars and bags. And I just want to kind of run down what happened yesterday, Saturday. I forgot to mention this on my daily diary of a hacker yesterday entry. Um, I made a Facebook, Instagram post about not following. When you're busy, when you're anybody looking for computer help and you go to Google, there's just a lot of scams. Not everybody who uses the Google ad platform has a legitimate business. I've had challenges with Google just because they don't like. I have issues with Don't Get Hacked being on Google because we've already been removed off Google. And I don't know if it was a complaint. I don't know if, like, I've got my suspicion on why we got delisted in 2022. October 2020, probably September 2022, I was got delisted off Google. I've not been able to get Don't Get Hacked back up on Google Maps. We were running ads at the time, and somebody running ads for me, I don't know, all over 5-star. Anyway, what I'm going to say is a legitimate company has problems staying listed and being listed on Google, and we were paying for ads. And what I find is a lot of when we get a lot of calls when people have fallen for scams where they've Googled QuickBooks help or Windows help or just like whatever software they're using help into Google. And then you get all these ads that pop up. And unless there's complaints about a business, I'm like, how does Google pull that bad? Like, you'd have to. Anyway, a lot of people fall for scams just because not everything you find on Google when you search is legitimate advice. You know, if it's a YouTube video, you know, that YouTube video is not going to do you any harm, except it might waste your time because either the YouTube video is good and well thought out and actually helps you solve a problem, or just somebody who's made a random video and it shows up because there's been so many people who've watched it looking for help but haven't actually been able to find the help that they want. A YouTube video, if you go search on the internet for help and you find a YouTube video, well, that YouTube video is not going to hurt you. But phone numbers to scammy companies, those are going to be those could definitely cause you some harm because as soon as you're talking to tech, I know I provide technology support and we send people links and people connect to us. It's how the scam artists work, but the scam artists are going to charge you a lot of money and they're going to lock your computer or ransomware or or try to extort money from you. So that's how, and you know what? They got the money to run ads. And as long as they play the game and they keep firing up new ads that don't get flagged by Google and pulled down, they'll stay in the search results. They may not even have any Google reviews, right? But just because they're paying money and they know how to work the system and stay on top of Google, they play the game, and then they get a lot of victims that way. We had one like that on Saturday. So anyway, we were able to stop that situation. But what happens? Somebody goes onto Google and searches for QuickBooks support or QuickBooks help, and they'll phone whatever phone number pops up, and then you get connected to the person on the phone, and they offer to do remote support, and then they send you a link or they tell you how to get set up with them, and then they're on your computer. Then, if they can get admin access, they can do whatever they want to your computer. And then what they'll do is say, "Oh, you got a lot of problems. We can fix them." And the one on Saturday was like $1,400 for support, right? So at that point, we told the customer to get off they were reaching out for help because they couldn't believe that price. But you know what? The funny thing is, at least that was disaster averted because the customer went somewheres, but then asked for help. So we were able to diffuse that situation. And there's no remote software on that computer. That computer in particular, we already know the customer, so the computer's fully backed up on Backblaze. So, worst case scenario, you fall for that price and you pay it. I'm just saying, like, that's a lot, like $1,400 for like fixing a QuickBooks issue seems like a lot. We're gonna charge money as well for that service, but $1,400 seems like a lot to try to extort out to somebody for a simple fix like that. But then I run into so many situations where people have actually paid large amounts of money for online tech support, and then we go in and fix the solution, and people, people, I know we have our rates and they're not 14. I don't know. I've run into a lot of situations where people have phoned for remote helps. They phone phone numbers that they find on Google and end up speaking to remote people who end up charging them a lot of money. And of course, after that happens and the computer's locked down or deleted or online banking's been accessed or whatever happens in these situations, I've been dealing with situations like that where people get scammed over the phone over you know rem- 15 years, like it's been prevalent a while, and you can report all that stuff you want to the authorities, but because it's internet crime, nothing can get done unless it's like phone fraud and stuff like that. I think maybe there's been some call centers overseas that have been shut down by international authorities or RCMP in Canada or international authorities in those countries. But that takes years and years and years of people getting scammed in order for maybe a little bit of justice. So anyway, buyer beware, consumer beware. Not every company you find on Google or whatever the search engine in your um when you're choosing a business to work with, you want to see years of experience, flashy everybody can have a flashy website, and everybody can have a flashy website. Everybody can have fake text reviews, right? So Google reviews, okay, Google reviews can be, you're gonna something somebody might be trying to trash and troll a place. So I have the customer video review testimonials on my website. So DontGetHacked.ca and CanadaComputerHelp.ca. We got video reviews. So if you ask me for any testimonials, I got video testimonials because I feel that, and they're on my websites. So just beware when you're hiring services. You want not even internet data needs to be verified that is actually accurate because anybody can make up anything on the internet, right? And then um, so I have a YouTube channel, so I try to show people that I'm a real human and I'm not gonna scam you. I want you to have proper information and proper pricing that should be industry standard pricing for certain tasks and stuff like that. We just Saturday didn't surprise me because as soon as I had a whiff that that customer had an issue with QuickBooks, alarm bells went off in my head because I'm like, well, wait, if they got issue with QuickBooks, they should be talking to me, not Google searching something. Then it's like, no, 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 everything's a scam. I don't want to say everything on the internet's a scam. There's a lot of legitimate people on the internet, but a ton of stuff is a scam or scammy or whatever. But anyway, it's 11:58 p.m. I'm going to sign out because today is we got 2 minutes left of the January 14th, 2024. Anyway, I'll try to remember to do a live stream before we go to the airport tomorrow because then we're going to be offline for at least a day or two. Anyway, have a good one.